So at this time, I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is our regular meeting, Thursday, January 5th, 2023. For the opening prayer, I've asked my pastor, Father Mike Clark, to show up. He's here, and if you would come forward and lead us in prayer, please. If you want us to stand, ask us to. If you want us to sit, we'll stay seated.
Please stand.
All right.
And pray with me. Almighty and eternal God, you have revealed your glory to all nations. God of power and might, wisdom and justice. Through you, authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. We pray for Andy Bashir, the governor of this Commonwealth, for the members of the legislature, for judges, elected civil officials, and all others who are entrusted to guard our political welfare. May they be enabled by your powerful protection to discharge their duties with honesty and ability. We likewise commend to your unbounded mercy all citizens of the United States, that we may be blessed in the knowledge and sanctified in the observance of your holy law. May we be preserved in union and that peace which the world cannot give, and after enjoying the blessings of this life, be admitted to those which are eternal. We pray to you, who are Lord and God, forever and ever. Amen. Amen.
At this time, we'll go and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So at this time, I'd like to introduce my friends from the Men's Mass Community Choir, and not by name because I'm going to get them wrong, but if y'all want to take the floor, and I've asked them to come and share their voices in song with two songs, both the national anthem, which we might want to stand for, and also the song, God Bless America.
Share some just really cool stuff with you. Francis Scott Key was a very famous lawyer, and that seems apropos for us being in a courtroom. He was a very famous lawyer that had been appointed by Andrew Jackson. And during the War of 1812 between England and the United States, he and a fellow negotiator were asked to board the HMS Tonnant, which was in the harbor of Fort McHenry. And they were there to negotiate the release of one of Mr. Key's friends, Dr. William Beans. They negotiated his release, but they were not allowed to leave the harbor because they had information that the British were going to invade Baltimore Harbor. So they were put on their truce ship and allowed to stay there. That night, and for 25 hours, the British bombarded Fort McHenry. You may not know this, but this was a poem. This was not written as a song. This was written as a poem, and later on put to music. As I understand it, it was a beer joint music or something like that. Pretty cool. Yeah. But nonetheless, it was put to music later on. And not until 1931, under President Hoover, was it actually, in an act of Congress, was it actually named the national anthem. We're going to sing this song as a song of joy for what this, you know the words. You know what it talks about. He's there and he sees the bombs bursting in air, okay? And he sees that flag still flying. Smile when you hear us sing. Ready, guys? Oh, say, can you see my That's all we're going to share with you, but we really need a real bad singer to join us. So Charles, Charlie actually is a member of the basketball team. Okay? We're going to sing God Bless America. If you'd like to stand up while we sing, you should.
Thank you all so much.
We're going to go sign up.
Okay. Folks, I know they're walking out the door, but I say we give them a round of applause.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who's heard, whether or not y'all have ever heard them sing before, but just through my involvement in the community, I've heard them sing a number of times. And at one event, I got tired of being not a part of them. And so I went up to Chick Owen and I said, so Chick, how do I be part of this group? And he said, give me your email and I'll make sure that you get invited to the next practice. And I don't know what year that was, but I've been a part of that group each year, and we've sung every year since. We only practice during January and early February. We do 2 performances, and except for special invites like this event this evening, we don't perform, and the rest of the year. And we sing praises, songs, praising the Lord, lifting the Lord up, and inspirational songs. Anyway, thank you all for allowing me to invite them and be a part of this evening. So Jenny, we're ready for the agenda.
Yes, sir. Item number 1, consideration for approval, A minutes of the December 15th, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting.
Motion to approve?
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All those, does anybody have it? You've had a moment, you've had these several days to review. Anybody have any corrections or deletions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Jenny, item B.
B, all claims for all departments.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, these are all the bills that are due and payable by the county, and you've all had them again for some time to review. Are there any questions of the treasurer? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And all opposed. Jenny?
Items number C, or letter C, Daviess County Clerk's 2023 budget.
I'll make a motion to
Approve. Second.
And I believe we have the clerk here. Would you like to speak to it, or would you like to have the treasurer address it?
For all your hard work, looking at my budget and asking questions. And I'm really looking forward in the next 4 years working with each of you. And I would be remiss to say that I'm so thankful to see you up here, Charlie, but it is strange not to see Judge Mattingly.
Yes.
But congratulations to all of you, and it's going to be a great 4 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's good to have you back as well, Leslie. And Mr. Treasurer, is there anything you would like to add to her comments about the budget?
Certainly, Judge. I'll give a quick review. The total budget request of the clerk's office is $2,372,587.12. There are no additional positions in this request from last year, and per business as usual, they have adopted the same COLA of 7% that fiscal court had for fiscal year 22-23. As previously noted, the clerk's office does not and is not projected to require a subsidy from fiscal court to operate, since they do take in more revenue than they have expenses. I have reviewed the budget with Clerk McCarty, and I see no issues.
Thank you. Okay, any questions by the commissioners? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
D, Daviess County Sheriff's 2023 budget.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. The sheriff's here. Would you like to speak to your budget? No? Jordan, would you care to speak to it?
Certainly, Judge. Regarding the sheriff's budget, total budget request is $6,520,185.07. As we have previously discussed, the sheriff's office does not generate enough revenue to cover all expenses, so this budget request requires a subsidy from fiscal court in the amount of $3,571,930.01, which is within the expected range. The budget assumes a COLA of 5%. However, the sheriff requests the right to amend his budget to match the Department for Local Government's published COLA if it turns out to be higher than 5%. This is a standard request from the sheriff's office. I have reviewed the budget with Sheriff Youngman. I see no issues.
Any questions of the commissioners? Sheriff, I'd like to just say congratulations. I look forward to working with you. And this goes both to all three of my fellow elected officials, the sheriff, the clerk, and our county attorney over here. I have been to conferences a number of times where I've heard where some counties, the different elected officials go at one another in a very unpleasant manner. And we've not had that in any of my tenure of being an elected official. I trust it's not going to happen now. And I look forward to working with each of the three of you, and I appreciate your, yes, sir, Commissioner.
Thank you, Judge. Just a quick comment, if I could, to Sheriff Youngman. I believe it has somewhat been a long time coming to where our sheriff's department is fully staffed. How long has it been since that's ever happened?
Sir, my understanding is that we've not been fully staffed since before COVID, approximately about 4 years ago.
4 years.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Thank you.
Be safe, come home.
And thank you all for making that possible.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Jenny?
E, Kentucky Emergency Management Time and Attendance Reporting Timesheets for employees of Daviess County Emergency Management Agency, effective October 1, 2022.
Motion
Make
to
a motion
approve.
to approve. Sorry.
And Jordan?
Yes, Judge, this item is a confirmation to the state EMA that we are in fact utilizing the required time reporting format for employees of our county emergency management agency. Anytime there is a new judge executive, the state EMA requests this confirmation be reaffirmed. Reporting EMA's hours worked in the correct format makes us eligible to be reimbursed up to 50% of select employees' salaries. Fiscal court has been issuing this confirmation for many years. It is a standard item for all counties. You will notice that in the letter in your binders, the effective date is October 1st of 22, which is the beginning of the federal fiscal year. Since the reimbursement funds for this program that flow through the state originate at the federal level, they always request that be the effective date for the confirmation. I would recommend approval.
Thank you. Any questions of the treasurer? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
F, playground lease agreements with the Daviess County Public Schools, and authorize the judge executive to execute and submit any and all documents related to same.
Motion to approve?
And Ross.
Judge, Commissioners, we present to you tonight an agreement for the calendar year of 2023, providing us access to 10 baseball and softball diamonds located on property owned by the Daviess County Public Schools, as well as 5 football fields for the use of the Kentucky Football League that are essentially held responsible by the Parks Department of Daviess County. Essentially, this accommodates about 120 different recreational teams throughout Daviess County. It covers our lightning and thunderstorm safety policies, our background checks for adults in leadership positions, the heat safety rules, as well as the lighting policy and the use of the lights that are on the ball fields. I would recommend approval, and of course would be happy to entertain any questions.
Any questions of the commissioners?
No question.
Any questions from the public? I've been failing to ask for the comments from the public. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
G, accept all Daviess County employees who were Daviess County employees on or after December 31, 2022, including all previously approved positions in the Daviess County Detention Center and offices of the Daviess County Clerk, Sheriff, Attorney, and Coroner, and authorize the judge executive to execute and submit any and all documents related to same.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second, and I've just been referring to Jordan over there. He's actually our treasurer, county treasurer, Jordan Johnson, so just to introduce him to all those who are in the audience. Jordan, you want to speak to this?
Yes, Judge. After each election, the fiscal court at that time may reappoint all existing employees pursuant to KRS 67.710, Section 7. Effectively, the way the state law is written, all employees of a prior administration must be rehired by the incoming court since their employment was technically limited to the term of the prior court. I would recommend approval.
Any questions of the treasurer? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Jen?
H, surety bond for the Daviess County Judge Executive, Treasurer, Clerk, Sheriff, Jailer, Coroner, Deputy Coroners, and County Attorney's Office, and authorize the Judge Executive to execute and submit any and all documents related to same.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Jordan, you want to speak to this one?
Certainly, Judge. Kentucky state law requires that many elected and appointed officials must post bonds for their duties, especially if they handle any public funds. This is the court's acknowledgement of those requirements and the approval to pay for those bonds as allowed by Kentucky revised statutes. I have prepared all of the bonds that we are required to hold for each office, and I would recommend approval.
Any questions of the treasurer? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
I, hire Trace Self as a solid waste laborer effective 1/9/2023.
I'll
Second.
second.
Got a motion and a second. Mr. Smith, you want to speak to this?
Yes, this is a replacement of an existing job, so this is not a new hire. It is it's the cascading effect from an employee retirement back this summer.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of Mr. Smith? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
J, appoint Steve Rising to the Owensboro-Davis County Regional Airport Board effective 1/5/2023, expiring 3/1/2026.
I'll second.
So I met with Mr. Rising earlier this week and had a meeting with him to ask him about his interest in this, and he was very interested, eager to serve our community in this capacity, and I appreciate his willingness to serve, and think he'll be a good board member. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
K, appoint Michael Boyd to the Owensboro-Davis County Regional Airport Board effective 1/5/2023, expiring 3/1/2025.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. And again, I met with Mr. Boyd earlier this week, actually same day, not at the same time, but same day that I met with Mr. Rising. And he is a pilot. Actually, both of these gentlemen are pilots, and they're also trainers. We give out pilot lessons. And he, too, is very excited to serve on the board, and I thank them for their willingness to serve our community. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Jenny?
L, appoint Chris Caslin to the Chamber Board effective 1/1/2023.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. I've got a motion and a second, and thank you for your willingness to serve in this capacity. And let's see, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Jenny?
M, appoint Commissioner Janie Marksberry to the Owensboro-Davis County Steering Committee effective 1/1/2023.
Motion to approve?
I'll second.
I will abstain from this vote.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. The record reflects that Janie Marksberry will abstain. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, consideration for discussion. A, other business to be brought before the Daviess County Fiscal Court.
Do you have any?
I do not.
Okay.
B, public comments.
And at this time, we allow and invite the public to come to the podium and speak to any issue that's not on the agenda already. Do we have any takers? And seeing none, Jenny?
Comments by Daviess Fiscal Court.
Okay, we're going to start with Commissioner Condor.
Thanks, Judge. It might be a little difficult for you to say Commissioner Caslin now on the other end.
That will
So
be hard.
I get that kind of. I kind of get that one. I do believe it is a different fiscal court. It is, from what I feel over the last week, been exciting. There is a lot of things that I believe that are coming that we can do and will do. And there are some people in the audience I truly want to acknowledge. We have Coop and Wagner here, some of my friends that bug me every so often to go have lunch and talk about things. Then, of course, there is Mayor Patsy Mayfield of the city of Whitesville, where some of our relatives are come from. And then, of course, the person who makes me who I am. There she is. Is Rosemary. I couldn't do this without my wife, Rosemary. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. She is what makes me every day and smacks me in the back of the head when I don't do things the way I'm supposed to. So I appreciate everyone's support over the last year to be able to get in this position, and I will do my best to make sure that the right thing is done for the right reason. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Marksberry.
I just would like to thank everyone that supported me and elected me to this office. I intend to make you proud, and I'm glad you gave me this extraordinary experience of being your East County Commissioner. And to those who did not support me, it is my hope to win your confidence in me. And please feel free to reach out to me anytime with any concern or if you see a need in our county. And by having a spirit of cooperation while listening to the needs of our people, we will see our county prosper, I think, in a mighty way. I, too, am very excited about this group that we have on fiscal court. I think we're all going to work well together. I think we all have the common goal of serving Daviess County. And to accomplish all we're able, I need your help, we need your help, and we all pledge to listen, I'm sure. But I look forward to moving Daviess County forward with fresh eyes, county-wise, spirit of innovation, and thank you again.
I also want to say I appreciate everybody that has been a part of this, getting here to this point to get things started for us being the new fiscal court members. And it's great to see the enthusiasm. Of course, we're new, so we're enthusiastic about it, but the staff is that way every day, and they're awesome. I've loved being here and coming in every day to work. It's a joy to be here, part of it, and I appreciate everybody that's here. My mom was here earlier. That she brought a Bible that my dad had gotten in Vietnam and brought back to her before they got married, and so it meant a lot for kind of have a part of him here too. But my wife and my 3 daughters and my favorite in-laws are here as well, and I'm just appreciative of being here and it's going to work for you guys the best I can.
Very good. And For my comments, I want to start first of all. I'm going to tend to the business first before I forget it, and then I'll go to the other comments. Anyway, every year the county judge executive appoints certain commissioners to liaison positions to assist in doing the work of the county. And so I just want to read those and make them part of the record. Commissioner Chris Casson, of course, he's been appointed as part of our agenda to the Chamber Board, but also he will be the liaison commissioner to the Road Department, Public Works, also the Solid Waste, also the EMA, also part of the EMA Structural Evaluation Team, and also to DC Sweep, and finally to the Airport Board. He'll be the liaison commissioner there. Commissioner Casson, thank you for agreeing to serve in that capacity. And I'm not skipping you, Commissioner Marksberry. I'm going the way my paper is, so I don't get messed up. Commissioner Larry Condor will be the liaison commissioner to the Sheriff's Department, also the Parks Department, also the Fire Department, also the Stormwater Quality Advisory Commission and the Drainage Advisory Commission, to the Senior Citizens Boards, and Owensboro-Daviess County CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau. And Commissioner Condor, thank you for serving in those capacities. Commissioner Janie Marksberry, County Liaison to the Animal Control Board, also Economic Development Properties, also Economic Development Advisory Committee, also GRAD, Green River Area Development District, Transportation Advisory Committee, that's commonly referred to as TAC, Greenwood Cemetery Advisory Committee, St. Benedict's Homeless Shelter, Daviess County Library, and our water districts. And I thank you for your agreement to serve in that capacity. Commissioner Condor wants me to read off mine. We're bringing back the Daviess County Fiscal Court Employee Council, which had been disbanded under Judge Mattingly. He had it at the beginning of his term, and he at some point he decided it didn't need to exist anymore. I'm reestablishing it, and we'll see how long it lasts, whether or not there's good to come from it. But it's certainly, as a newcomer to this role, I think it's appropriate to have it. I also will take the liaison position to the jail, also with planning and zoning, and I will be serving on the Daviess County Extension District Board. So,
Thank you for serving.
yes, it's my pleasure. Anyway, I've got some folks I want to introduce. Certainly, it's been an interesting transition as I had what I consider three friends that I served with as a county commissioner: Mike Koger for 8 years, George Watson for 12, and Judge Al Mattingly for 12. And I think we did a very good job for the community and covered a lot of territory, and I feel honored to have served with them. I'm honored to have been elected to this role. And as Commissioner Marksberry said, I hope to earn the trust of anybody who didn't support me in the elections. And but I would like to take a moment to introduce my family. My wife Lisa's with us today, and I thank you, Lisa. Lisa's been with me 37 years as my wife, and I've been in politics 24 years. And probably if I'd told her when I said, "What do you think about getting married?" If I'd said, "By the way, I'm going to be running for involved in politics," she probably said, "I'll pass." But anyway, fortunately, she remembered her vows and she stayed with me. So anyway, I've got my daughter Teresa is with me, and her husband David, my son-in-law David Sweeney. And thank you all for being with me, and my son Daniel and his new bride, Jenny. And thank you all for being here. Daniel was just a wee boy when I first got involved in politics. He's gone through a lot, and anyway, I thank all of my children. Sarah's unable to be with us. She lives in Cincinnati. My brother Mark is here also, and Mark, thank you for coming and showing up and singing with us. That was a surprise. So, and lastly, I'd like to introduce my dear friend, my college roommate, Lawrence Glazer, is with us. He's sitting there next to my wife, Lisa. And Lawrence and I go back a long way. And he showed up here 12 years ago when I became a county commissioner. And I'm honored to have you make the drive from, he lives in Louisville. And Commissioner Castle, like you, he's a retired officer. He served with the Jefferson County Police Department. And how many years, 22? 22 years. So anyway, thank you all. And I don't know how the judge used to in these meetings.
This is your term.
Yeah, well, we're adjourned. Well, but what was his line? I think it's appropriate to say it.
Something different every time.
Anyway, not knowing what he said, so how about we do a motion in a second, even though I know it's not called for.
Motion.
To adjourn? All right, we're adjourned. Thank you.